All right, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Coming at you today with a Clear Lake fishing report. I was up there the last 2 days, a Saturday and a Friday. Friday was like a half day. I got up there around 10 o'clock and then fished until dark, and then fished Saturday till about 3 o'clock. Again, I think that dates are the 7th and the 8th of February. Again, this is post frontal, and I mainly fished the south end of the lake. So let's get into the kind of the conditions and what I saw out there. I launched from the Redbud ramp, ran a lot of spots on the south end, and by the south end, I'm talking from the Narrows south. Ran into the Rattlesnake Arm for a little bit. It's completely chocolate milk in that area. I didn't spend too much time. I did spend a lot of time on the south end. Seemed to find some clearer water over there, and that's really what I was looking for. Was the Redbud Arm, you probably were looking at 1.5 feet of visibility, and then the south arm and the farther south you started finding pockets of clean water, depending on where and how the wind was blowing. Just another thing to watch out for if you're going up there. There's a ton of debris in the water. It can be a little deceiving sometimes. There's a lot of dead toolies that are just floating around, which those in themselves aren't really a big deal, but there have been some reports of larger trees or debris within those toolie kind of debris fields to watch out for. So just be vigilant, you and your partner. If you're running the lake, keep an eye out. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. But let's kind of get into what I caught them on and how the weekend went. Both days it was post frontal conditions, and I caught a lot of numbers. There was 20 plus fish days both days, and but a lot of 1 to 2 pounders is what I was finding. And don't get me wrong, that definitely boosts your confidence, and it's great. But you go up to Clear Lake to catch those 5 plus, 5 to, well, now it's 5 to like 12 pound bass right now. So let's get into what I caught them on. Number one bait all weekend. No surprise here. Throwing this on the Owner roller head. This is a 3-aught roller head, and this is a 6 cents Juggle minnow. This is a 4-inch strolling bait. Absolutely got destroyed on this. And kind of the good news is that this stuff is made out of, whatever this is made out of, this stuff is super durable. I threw a little bit of super glue on the end of it to kind of keep that thing on the hook keeper, but I went through about 20 different fish with just this one. This is the one that I was throwing all Saturday. I caught a 4 and we caught a 3.5 on that. So again, setup I'm using a 3-power Dobyns rod. This is an old 703 Champion, but I was also throwing a 733 Champion, one of the new Champion XPs. That one handled it great. Do yourself a favor. I am running 12-pound Sunline. This is 12-pound Sunline Almight, and I'm throwing it on a 12-pound leader. You're not going up there to finesse these fish, and you need to be prepared with some bigger line. And really, to me, it didn't really make a whole lot of difference. This is about a 4-foot leader. Again, I tied a uni to uni knot, but Dobyns 3-power rod handled them perfectly. I did throw it on a 2-power rod, and that 1 to 2 pound fish aren't that big of a deal, but I could imagine something a little bit bigger. That's probably going to cause a little bit of an issue. Might be a little bit more difficult to land them. So again, no surprise here. The strolling bait has been the ticket up at Clear Lake for the last month and a half. All right, so second bait, and I went up there with a buddy on Saturday. I didn't catch any throwing the old underspin, but my buddy caught all of his fish throwing gold-bladed underspin. This is a 3/8 Cool Baits underspin. Throw whatever you feel confident in. The CMF, like I said, this is Cool Baits. There's plenty out there. Bass Union makes a good underspin as well. I don't know if the gold blade was the difference maker, but we were throwing a Keitech in a darker white color. Sounds kind of odd to say, but it's not like this, deep water impalement, sexy shad. This is sexy shad here. we were throwing on just a plain white Keitech. So again, muddy water, low visibility. Even though we were finding cleaner water, you're talking cleaner water was 2 to 3 feet of visibility as opposed to 1 to 1.5 foot that I was finding, you know, mid-lake, rattlesnake arm. I didn't even venture up into the north end. I knew it was all blown out just by what people were saying. So that's always a ticket this time of year. Next one that was kind of a surprise, we did get 2 bites on it, was the LV. I think everybody forgot about the LV over winter, or maybe it's just not the ticket right now, but this thing is an absolute killer on Clear Lake. Everybody knows it. You'll go out there in the next couple months and everybody will just be sitting there yo-yoing this thing. But yeah, threw this around, allowed us to burn some docks and some bank really quickly. You know, it's a 1/2 ounce and it falls quick. It gets down there quick, and it just allows me to, you know, make a cast out deep, make a cast up shallow, and ultimately it's a good just cover bait. Covers water great. I don't have it tied up right now, but the last one I did get absolutely hammered on. I call these the baby executioners, but this is the 4-inch version of the Gratt executioner. This color I think this is the John Pearl shad color here, paired up with similar to the Underspin. I paired it up with a 3/8 ounce head and just went to town. You know, just slow rolling it on the bottom. The last 2 days, you know, you really got to go out, and a lot of people will sit there and they'll shake it, you know, shake the minnow. Other times you just got to slow roll it, pop it once, kill it, shake it. You really got to mess around with different retrieves, and that's what it's really all about. You know, you'd run down a bank and you'd run into a dock, load it with like 51 to 2 pounders, and then you'd hit a ledge and you get a little bit better fish. So I will say, for us, the bigger fish did come on the Underspin. The biggest fish came on the Minnow. So overall, super fun time at Clear Lake. Water temps were anywhere from 47 to 49. Again, water visibility 1.5 foot up in the Rattlesnake Arm, you know, mid-lake by Brados, and then south you get pockets of clean water with you know, I think I said 2 to 3 feet. So again, it was super windy. You had a kind of a northwest wind for most of the time up there, but who knows, tie these on. Again, whatever you have confidence in, stick to that. Keep that rod in your hand. If you feel like that's going to give you the best opportunity to catch one up at Clear Lake, keep it in your hand, because at some point you're going to run into them and you'll start loading the boat. So hope everybody enjoyed this one. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Love to hear all you guys' comments, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.